Good morning. I'm Duncan Ferguson. I will be your worship associate this morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Savannah. Reverend Lisa Day, our minister, the Reverend Lisa Day, is our worship leader this morning, and our musician is Luke Higgins. Our worship, religious education, and covenant group theme for October is Cultivating Compassion. Here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Savannah, we are working to build a diverse, multicultural, and beloved community. We celebrate the presence and participation of people of all races, genders, sexual orientations, abilities, and ethnic and national origins. We warmly welcome you on YouTube and on site, whoever you know yourself to be, and wherever you are on your journey. If you're visiting with us this morning and you would like to introduce yourself, please rise or raise your hand, and our usher Mary will bring you a microphone. As part of our commitment to accessibility, we use microphones whenever anyone speaks so that everyone on YouTube and on site and the animals can hear. Are there any visitors who perhaps are bipeds on this side of the sanctuary? Mary, we have some visitors on this side of the sanctuary. Raise your hand again, please, if you would, if you're a visitor who would like to introduce yourself.
Hello, this is our dog, Izzy, by the way. She's an important part of our family. This is her first time here.
Welcome, Izzy.
Welcome.
And
Good morning. My name is Celia Landman, and I just moved to Savannah from Connecticut, escaping a few things. So, so I'm looking to develop friendships, community, and just meet some folks. Yeah, and I love the connection I have with the Unitarian Church. Thanks.
welcome. Are there any other visitors on this side? Okay, are there any bipedal humanoids on this side who are new who would like to introduce themselves?
My dog Freckles visited us, and she loves walks and treats.
Okay, welcome. Welcome. Anyone else on this side? Okay, it's wonderful to have you all with us. If you're looking for a new faith community, we encourage you to visit several times to get a feel for our worship style and our approaches to matters of faith and religion. Please join us in Ron Hall for refreshments following the service. You can find Ron Hall through these doors and out the door and down, or out the main doors and around, or just ask an usher. After the offering, we will sing a short response. The lyrics are printed in the order of service, and the lyrics for all of the music this morning is printed in the order of service, so you won't need any hymnals this morning. Okay. There are 2 cards in the pew back in front of you to help us gather information for the good of our community. Use the QR code on the yellow rainbow chalice card to sign up for our newsletter and to receive a welcome email from our minister. Or if you prefer, fill it out by hand. The card with the red heart and chalice is for sharing a joy or sorrow. If you fill out either of these cards, please put them in the collection plate when it comes around a little later this morning. Church announcements are emailed to members and friends on Tuesdays and Fridays. Check your email for complete details about the following. The third Tuesday Camaraderie Club launches on October 21, the third Tuesday, at 6 p.m. in Ron Hall, a sharing and support group gently focused on living in these wild and uncertain times. For more information, see Jen, Rago, or me. The concert that was scheduled for next Sunday with Swing del Sur has been canceled. Our first concert of the season will be November 16th with pop rock band Foldero featuring vocalist Candice Ray. With the lighting of our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith, we enter into sacred time. Our chalice lighter this morning is Gigi Rigolizio. We light this chalice in honor of the animal realm, furred and hooved, two-legged, four-legged, many-legged, fanged and clawed, gentle and fierce, wild and tame. May we remember that all animals are our relatives, worthy of our care and respect.
In days of old, animals believed humans to likewise have a soul. Children mostly still think this today. Their limbs are small and weak. The heart, however, holds. Let us worship together. Our hymn, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In, with some new lyrics, as Luke said, is printed in the order of service. Please rise in body or spirit, and whichever way keeps your animals happiest.
Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Animals bless all our days. Animals bless all our days. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Animals give us such love. Animals give us such love. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Animals bring us much joy. Animals bring us much joy. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Enter, rejoice, and come in. Today will be a joyful day. Enter, rejoice, and come in. One more time. Enter, rejoice, and come in.
It's time now for our story. Anyone who would like to see the pictures may come forward. I know. Okay. Our story this morning is called Hens for Friends. I don't think we have any hens here today, but you never know. My family got Henny, Penny, Fran, Gertrude, Penelope, and Margaret from Mother Hen Chicken Rescue. I love them all, but Margaret is my best hen friend. When I sit on the ground, she jumps into my lap and tucks her head under my arm. When I stroke her back, she makes a funny sound, kind of like the purring of a cat. Sometimes Margaret flies up onto my head. The first time she landed on me, I was scared. Now I know it's her way of telling me she likes me. I put my hands on either side of her body so she won't fall off my head. Then I walk around my backyard. I think she likes the view from up high. Mom laughs and says, "Margaret's on top of the world, Aaron." I say, "I am too." Every morning we let the hens out of their barn into their yard. We fenced in a small area for them to run in, and we even put a roof over part of it so hawks can't swoop down and grab one of the hens when we're not looking. While Mom fills the hens' feeders with chicken feed and fresh water, I get to gather their eggs. I handle the eggs very carefully so they don't break. Most days there are 4 or 5 eggs to collect. I always keep a pencil in my pocket so I can mark Margaret's eggs with an M. Mom says our hens' eggs are unfertilized because we don't have a rooster. That means there are no baby chicks in the eggs. When I finish collecting their eggs, I like to spend time watching the chickens. They often chase bugs in the grass and peck at things. Sometimes they even peck at my shoelaces. Maybe they think the laces are worms. Dad hung a wind chime in the hens' pen, and when one of them pecks at it, all the other hens come running. They squawk and jump around like they're having a big dance party. The hens love to take dust baths. They find a nice sunny patch of dirt, dig a shallow hole with their wings and feet, and flop down in it. Pretty soon, dirt is flying everywhere. Mom says they are getting bugs off themselves. I wish I could take a bath in the dirt, I say. It sure looks fun. The man at the feed store says that if we take good care of our hens, they will live a long time. I will take care of them always, even when they're too old to lay eggs. After dinner, I help Dad put Margaret and the others to roost for the night. My little brother, Eduardo, is too young to help. He chases the hens and scares them, but not me. I know just how to act around them, calm and quiet. Sometimes if we're late putting the hens to bed, they put themselves to sleep. Dad says they are so smart they can tell time without using a clock. My dog does the same thing. She doesn't put herself to bed, but she let me know if it's time to eat. Today we are using 2 of the eggs from our hens to make a birthday cake for Eduardo. Mom lets me add them to the batter. I make sure to use Margaret's eggs, so Eduardo's cake is extra special. I tell him, "Margaret helped me make your cake." He laughs at me and shouts, "No." I want to stick my tongue out at him, but instead I say in my most grown-up voice, "Someday you'll understand how magnificent it is to have hens for friends." When the other hens aren't looking, I give Margaret a piece of strawberry from Eduardo's birthday cake. She gobbles it right up. "You're special, Margaret," I whisper in her ear. She makes a squawk that sounds just like, "You are too." Mom's right, our hens are lucky to have us, but I feel lucky to have them too, especially Margaret. Thank you for being such good listeners. You can go back to your family. As most of you know, this year we've added a new feature in our worship service, a Love at the Center moment. Last week, Megan talked with our kids about what it means to have love at the center when you have animals in your life. And together, the children wrote a poem, and today, Amelia and Finley are going to give us our Love at the Center moment.
My dog is hyper, jumping and scampering all around. He hops for a treat. He slobbers on my feet. He doesn't let me sleep. He's the very best hound.
My cat is finicky She snuggles me before Scratch City. She might have fleas. She jumps when I sneeze. She is the very best kitty.
My dog is innocent. He loves me, all my friends. He licks me when I'm sad. His wagging tail makes me glad. He doesn't mind when I'm mad. This pup brings out all the grins.
My cat is sleepy and sweet. She sits on my lap with a purr. She follows me to the bathroom. She runs away from his sweeping broom. She dozes through a loud kaboom. This feline is the best thing with fur.
My pets are annoying and giving. They seem to have many moods. They run away, then lick my hand. They cuddle me, then track in sand. They bark and meow, they make me feel grand. Just like me, they're lovable creatures with attitudes.
We know that our financial contributions to this congregation come from sacrifice and hard work. We are so grateful for this and commit together to ensure the funds we gather do greater good for ourselves and the world than they could have done alone. May there be an offering to sustain and grow the life and mission of this congregation. May we give in love and in hope. To donate via debit or credit card, please use the QR code on the back of the order of service, or go to www.uusavannah.org and click the donate button. Mailed checks are also welcome. Thank you for your generosity.
Receive, to you I give, to blather we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. I might have jumped the gun on that one.
We now enter a time to share our joys and sorrows with each other. Our chimpanzee friends and we are saddened by the death of Jane Goodall, primatologist and conservationist known for her groundbreaking work documenting the lives of chimpanzees. The fishes in the deep blue sea have a joy. This past week, the Global Ocean Treaty passed the threshold to become law after more than 60 nations formally ratified it. It will take effect early next year. Let us hold all our joys and sorrows, spoken and unspoken, in our hearts as we join together in the responsive reading found in your order of service. Sorrow is everywhere. As we mourn together, so we celebrate together and offer thanks that we are not alone. So may it be now and in all the days to come.
I'm going to sing a song that I wrote about 10 years ago, right after I was on a silent kayaking meditation trip in the inside passages in southern Alaska. And the thing I remember most is the sounds that all the different animals made. You could hear, it was like this endless chorus of singing, salmons flipping out of the water, eagles crowing, ravens talking. It was just magnificent. Whales breathing, that was the highlight. God, when you emptied me, world sings all about me. God, when you tuned my heart, home is found in all these parts. Secrets vast, sorrows untold. Trust your hands, your world to hold. Shimmer of light, the breath of wind, all in all, sacred skin, the pulse that sings my rhythm true, my beating heart beseeches you, conductor of this heavenly dawn. Let this great life by grace be born. But it's so hard to wait for your morning to come when we're hiding behind all these walls, where we thought we'd be safe if we locked ourselves up, but we just cannot hide anymore. Your love is stronger than our wars. Your vast and silent harmony, my soul is part in infancy, yet I know it lives right here. Cosmic love incarnate here. Closer than this breath you are, further than the furthest star. God, when you empty me, the world sings all around me.
Let us enter into a spirit of meditation. The The words of meditation this morning from Thomas Rhodes. You birds of the air, hawk, sparrow, and laughing jay, you embody freedom itself. Delight us with your song, astound us with feats of migration. Grant us your perspective, for too often our horizon is limited, and we are blind to the full results of our actions. You worms of the earth, ants, beetles, spiders, and centipedes, you are the essential but oft forgotten strands in nature's web. Through you the cycle is complete. Through you new life arises from old. Remind us of our humility, for the wheel of life does not turn around us. We are not the axle, but merely spokes, no less than unseen, unknown, and shunned companions such as yourselves. You creatures of the wood and field and marsh and desert, bear and bison, skunk and squirrel, weasel and wolf, too often we have sacrificed your homes in the name of progress, clear-cutting the forests to fill our desires, or covering the earth with tarmac, cement, and suburban lawns. Pray that we may remember that the earth was not given for our needs alone, and what we do to you, we eventually do to ourselves. You animals of the farm, horse and cow, pig and fowl, willingly or not, you give your very lives for us, your milk for our nourishment, your flesh for our sustenance. Yet too often, we forget that the meat on our table was once as alive as we are. Forgive our willful ignorance and remind us constantly to give thanks for your sacrifice. You, dearest companions in our lives, dogs and cats, hamsters and goldfish, you who are with us today and you who are always present in our memories, you have enriched our lives in so many ways, enduring our shortcomings with calm acceptance. Teach us something of our humanity. Teach us how to love. May we hold you in our hearts throughout all the days of our lives. Amen. Isn't that always the case? The preacher's creature is the one who has to leave the sanctuary. Our reading this morning, We Are All Whitman, number 30, Animal Song by Luis Alberto Ambugio. It starts with these lines from Walt Whitman. I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. They do not sweat and whine about their condition. Well, sometimes. Who does not marvel at the spider's creative saliva, the ant's perfection, the butterfly's unsettled elegance, that the running blackberry would adorn the parlors of heaven? I used to fly into high dudgeon with the insult beast. Now in my soul I honor it, in spite of extravagant haughtiness. As when I pet Babe, my placid sheepdog, my animal companion who rejoices in my arrivals, licks me in the time of solitude, plays, begs, offers me therapy, understands me, guides me. He barks, of seeming to call out in wondrous language, paying heedless attention to incongruent commands, and at each goodbye howling his sentiments with an authentic whimper. Also, my girlfriend's cat and T.S. Eliot's practical ones pull it off with their spoiled ways, the rogue Mephistopheles, mysterious Macavity, dissembling his smooth crime. Our follies do not begin to match their stratagems. They are all indisputable circus performers. Recently, in the zoo's theater, the audience enjoyed a sea lion's applause, its ball handling skills, and other acrobatics. I witnessed, wonderstruck, in the oceanic snow of the Patagonian steep, a rage of penguins and their solemn march. We are touched by the mama's promenade with her ducklings, and the melody of puppy love still moves us. Little rabbits with their ears alert softness share our patois. The splendor of spirited stallions, fresh and responsive to my caresses with their bodies that tremble with pleasure as we race around and return. I wish sometimes to possess some of their gifts and talents. They bring me tokens of myself. They evince them plainly in their possession. And you, eloquent Whitman, insist to us that a mouse is miracle enough to stagger sextillions of infidels, that the cow crunching with depressed head surpasses any statue, that what the oxen express in their eyes says more than all the print I have read in my life. There they stand with the donkey in the manger. They accept what they are and what they have with neither resentment nor complaint. They don't need mirrors to fashion their beauty. They live naked, unshod in the hour's Eden. They sing the breaking of day with trilling not learned in school. Elk and other species snort when surprised or watch you without fuss, contemplating your presence. They move away, peaceful toward forest and the wisdom of its trees. They comprehend their place in the vastness of the universe. They sleep in peace. They don't trouble themselves over blame or sin, nor worries about money or the corruption of more distant ambitions. They seem contented in their proper niches of plants, earth, air, fields, and rocks. Who would not trade their qualities for some of the human ones that afflict us? Here end the reading. Will you rise in body or spirit for our hymn, also printed in your order of service? If you need an order of service, raise your hand and Mary or Nancy will bring you one. Luke is going to sing the verses on this one, and we will join in the chorus.
All right, so we're going to go over the chorus all together one time, okay? So I'm going to sing the line, you repeat it back. The kids know this one. You might know it too. And it's actually adapted from a Gullah Geechee traditional South Georgia Sea Island song. So, first line, open the window, children. Open the window now. Let's do it all together. Open the window, children. Open the window now. You're gonna have to go a little faster. Open the window, children. And then the last part goes like this. Open the window, let the dove fly in. One more time. Open the window, let the dove fly in. All right, we're going to practice the second verse, and we're going to do it all together, okay? So this isn't the second verse, the second chorus, because I added my own special words to this song, okay? And it occurred to me that sometimes you don't always want open doorways when you have pets around. So this chorus B goes like this. Close the front door now, children. Close the front door right now. Close the front door now, children. Close the front door, don't let the sweet pooch out. Don't let the sweet pooch out. All right, we got it? Okay, from the top, all together. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Our two little kitties all fighting like snakes. Now you open the window, let the dove fly in. Puppy's howling like her heart's gonna break. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Neighbor says we can't take the dog off the leash. Open the window, let the dove fly in. He's only gonna kiss you, what's the big deal? Sheesh. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Close the door, close the front door now, children. Close the front door right now. Close the front door now, children. Close the front door, don't let the sweet pooch out. Some folks got a birdies and other reptiles. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Give me feather for scales, they all make me smile. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. One more verse. Some say animals don't got a soul. Open the windows, let the dove fly in. But they never saw our put-bill snuggle little baby Hugo. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, children. Open the window now. Open the window, children. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Open the window, let the dove fly in. Thank you.
In days of old, animals believed humans to likewise have a soul. I love bits of prose, poetry, movie dialogue, or song lyrics that turn our expectations upside down or inside out, such as those lines from today's Call to Worship by Anita Bohm, who translated them from the German herself. If we thought about it at all, we might debate whether or not there is some irreducible, indistinguishable bit of human existence that might be called a soul. Or we might have wondered, do animals have a soul? Such ponderings are familiar to me. And just for the record, I do believe there is some irreducible, inextinguishable bit of human existence unique to each of us. And I see no compelling reason to believe the same is not true of animals. It is hard to imagine what that might be or how it might function in a single-cell organism, perhaps. But then my beliefs are neither defined nor limited by my imagination. The idea, however, that there might have been a time when animals believed humans have souls, and further, that such a time has passed, now this is intriguing. We know that we anthropomorphize animals, from our pets to the birds and squirrels that either entertain or annoy us in our yards, to the characters that populate picture books and cartoons. We attribute human motives and emotions to them, hold conversations with them, give them backstories. But do animals do the same with us? I suppose we see some suggestions that they do. Herding dogs, for example, herd children or other family members, for example. Some animals seem to consider the human creature in their orbit one of them. Other animals seem to consider human creatures in their orbit predators, or perhaps prey, depending on whether or not the animal senses threat from the human creature. But do they know themselves to have souls? And was there once a time they consciously believed humans to likewise have souls? Well, that too is beyond my imagination. But if we suspend disbelief for a few minutes and accept the premise, animals with souls believing once upon a time that humans had similar souls, then the questions I keep coming back to is, if that time is past, then what changed and when? Did animals abandon their belief in the souls of humanity the first time they observed a species go extinct through human action, or the 100th time? Or when clear-cutting and strip mining and toxic waste destroyed one of their habitats after another? Or when they witnessed some of us carry diseases across oceans, devastating other members of our own species? Or saw us wage one too many wars against members of our species? Was it in Gaza, or Auschwitz, or the killing fields of Cambodia? Was it during the weeping time here in Savannah, or when women burned alive behind the locked doors of the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory, or when children were pulled from their beds in the early hours of Tuesday morning and zip-tied together and led into the dark streets of Chicago? Or was it more mundane? Did the steady drip, drip, drip of individual indifference and cruelty of one human toward another finally erode the animal's belief that we, like them, have souls? Or yet more mundane, perhaps the gradual distance that opened between animals and humans as urbanization and industrialization progressed simply made it harder and harder for animals to recognize us as kindred souls, so to speak. I know, and I see it on your faces. These are not celebratory ponderings for our usually jubilant animal blessing service. We aren't living in jubilant times, however. And I think you can perhaps understand why Annette Boehm's brief poem captured my attention. Still, though I do find the disturbing question it raises worth our consideration, I chose it for our call to worship not because of the pessimism of its opening lines, but for the optimism, cryptic though it is, of the final lines. Children mostly still think this way today. Their limbs are small and weak. The heart, however, holds. And I chose it, you can't know this because you've only heard it, you don't see it on the page. I chose it for the lack of a period or any punctuation after the final word. The poet seems to suggest that for whatever reason, and she doesn't elaborate, animals may have lost their belief in human souls, but children have not. And therein is cause for hope. We may have lost the animal vote, and that is not to be taken lightly, but we haven't lost the children's vote, and that also is not to be taken lightly. Now, I'm cautious about attributing an almost otherworldly innocence and depth of wisdom to children. Even if you haven't had much interaction with children in your adult life, you were a child once yourself. You know I'm speaking the truth when I say that to expect that sort of innocence and wisdom in children is not only unrealistic, but also unfair. Kids are only human after all, just like the rest of us. Yet on the whole, children have had less time to observe us, be disappointed by us, be disillusioned by the frequent gaps between our actions and our professed values. So if there is a possibility that children still believe we have souls, not in so many words, of course, but as a conviction that we are worthy of their trust and love, that we can provide security and are able to protect those who need protecting, and that we will usually or often do the right thing, if even a few children believe this of us, perhaps we haven't lost our souls altogether, regardless of the animals having lost faith in us. Perhaps there is still something in us, collectively and individually, that both calls us and empowers us to preserve the animal's belief in us, to begin to repair whatever cost, to preserve the children's belief in us, and to begin to repair whatever cost the animal's belief. That is to say, perhaps there is still something in us collectively and individually that we can gather up and turn toward the healing of the world. In days of old, animals believed humans to likewise have a soul. Children mostly still think this way today. Their limbs are small and weak. The heart, however, holds. Does the poet mean the children's heart holds faith in humanity? Or that humanity's heart holds a soul? And why no final punctuation at the end of the poem? I double-checked both the German and the English. The poem simply ends after the word holds. I don't know what the poet meant by the omission of final punctuation. I like to think she meant for us to choose. Will our hearts hold only the shattered pieces of all our failures, an abyss where our souls once resided? Or will they hold our birthright as creatures with souls kindled by embers of holiness? Will they hold a vow to bless all our companions upon the earth, and the will to match our actions to our words? Will the poem one day end with a triumphant exclamation point? Amen. And now what you're all here for, the animal blessing. In just a moment, I will invite you to come forward. We don't have so many folks here today, but it still, I think, will be easier if you come down the center aisle and go back on the side aisles. It'll help the traffic flow a little better. The congregation's part is in the order of service. We will bless the animals that are here. We will bless the pictures. We will remember our animal beloved who have died, and then we will bless all animals. Name this animal? Isabel. Isabel With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Name this. Hazel. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Yes, Nora. Nora. Nora, with your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Yeah. Patty. Patty, with your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Greg. Greg, hello. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. You need to come forward. Mushu. Mushu. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. This is Georgie. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. There you go. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Big Mama. Big Mama. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Marigold?
My dog.
Your dog. What's the name?
Mary.
Mary. Oh, Mary. Okay. Mary, with your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Okay, who do we have here? Pete, who in Tango?
Mufasa.
Mufasa. Pete, Mufasa, and Tango. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy, companionship, affection, and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness.
Penelope Saxakina.
Penelope Saxakina. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness.
Trouble and Lucy.
Trouble and Lucy. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness.
Bella and Haley.
Bella and Haley?
Yes.
Bella and Haley, with your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Say it again. Aslan. I remember Aslan from last year. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Ursa? Mm-hmm. Ursa, with your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Do you want the snake blessed? No, okay.
Katrina, Raisha, Rory, and Lulu.
Katrina, Raisha, Rory, and Lulu. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creatures of holiness.
It's Sport, Trey, and Bella.
Sport, Trey, and Bella. With your presence and by your beings, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness.
Little Prince.
Little Prince, with your presence and by your being, and those ears, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Mm-hmm.
Athena and Juniper.
Athena and Juniper, with your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creatures of holiness. Elizabeth. Algebra. Of course. With your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness.
Zoe and Boo.
Zoe and Boo, with your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Freckles. Freckles, with your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. And what about the rabbit? Donkey? Oh, sorry, of course. Donkey, with your presence and by your being, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Okay. Willie and Oliver and Luigi, with your presence. Oh, and Sammy. Oh, and well, these ones are still alive, right? The ones on the table are still alive. Yes. Yours aren't. Are. Okay, so we'll finish the live ones and then we'll get out. We have Willie, Oliver, Luigi, Iris, and Cricket. With your presence and by your beings, you bring joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. May you likewise know joy and companionship, affection and love, not for what you do, but for that you are. Blessed be you, creatures of holiness. Okay, now, our absent. JJ. With your presence and by your being, you brought joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. May you still, and may you now pass from this earth, rest easily and at peace. Blessed be you, creature of holiness. Sammy. With your presence and by your being, you brought joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. May you now pass from this earth, rest easily and at peace. Blessed be you, creatures, holiness. Did we miss anybody? Lily? Alive or past? Okay. Lily, with your presence and by your being, you brought joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. Not for what you did, but for that you are. And may you now pass from this earth, rest easily and at peace. Creatures of holiness.
Pepper, Katie, and Buddy.
Pepper, Katie, and Buddy. With your presence and by your being, you brought joy and companionship, affection and love, unique in all the world. Not for what you did, but for that you were. And may you now pass from this earth, rest easily and at peace. Blessed be you, creatures of holiness. All creatures of the land and sea and sky, with your presence and by your being, you bless us with sustenance, labor, amusement, and as an integral part of our ecosystem. May we be respectful, benevolent, temperate, and humble stewards. neighbors, co-inhabitants alongside and among you within the interdependent web of all existence. Blessed be you all, swimming, flying, creeping, walking, burrowing, slithering creatures of holiness. Will you please rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn, We've Got the Whole World in Our Hands.
We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the little bitty puppies in our hands. We got the little bitty puppies in our hands. We got the little bitty puppies in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the squirmy little kittens in our hands. We've got the squirmy little kittens in our hands. We've got the squirmy little kittens in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. We got the chickens and the rabbits in our hands. We got the chickens and the rabbits in our hands. We got the chickens and the rabbits in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We got the fishes and the birds in our hands. We've got the fishes and the birds in our hands. We've got the fishes and the birds in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. One more time. We've got the whole world in our hands. We've got the whole wide world in our hands. We got the whole world in our hands. We've got the whole world in our hands. Yes, we've got the whole world in our hands.
Go forth now to love and protect, serve and delight in all our companion creatures upon this earth. Amen.